Yo, the internet is on fire right now. The courtroom was dead silent. Then boom, the judge said the unthinkable. Fans are in complete shock. Is YNW Melly finally coming home? Or is this another setup? Listen, if you thought this trial couldn't get any crazier, buckle the hell up, because the judge just threw a curveball that's got Melly's entire team scrambling and fans crying in the comments. We're talking betrayal, legal twists, and a courtroom moment that had even the bailiff speechless. And get this, sources say Melly's mom stormed out in tears. And even YNW Bortland threw shade on IG, deleting posts left and right. But that's not all. A viral video just surfaced showing a conversation between Melly and his lawyer. And fans swear they heard Melly whisper, "They trying to get me to flip on someone else." Wait, flip on who? Is this about his old crew, a secret deal, or is Melly being played like a pawn in some next-level legal chess game? Y'all, this ain't just a case anymore, this is a war. Stay locked in, because we're about to break down every shocking twist from inside the courtroom, the chaos on social media, and the suspicious silence from certain rappers who stead to scream free Melly. The courtroom was dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. In a Melly, once the smiling face behind some of the most viral tracks of the late 2010s, stood frozen, jaw clenched, hands trembling, eyes locked on the judge. The fans outside were chanting his name, but inside, it felt like a funeral. Then, out of nowhere, the judge leaned forward, voice low, almost whispering something that made Melly's entire legal team shift in their chairs. Nobody saw this coming. Not his mom, not his label, not even Melly himself. And when those words dropped, it sent shockwaves across the internet that still ain't calmed down. This wasn't supposed to happen. Not now, not like this. Just weeks ago, blogs were flooded with rumors that Melly's release date was days away. The vibe was triumphant, supporters were throwing parties, artists were scheduling collabs, and his hometown of Gifford, Florida was already planning a welcome home block party. But something changed, and fast. Behind the scenes, quiet phone calls and courtroom whispers told a different story, one filled with backdoor deals, secret testimonies, and a betrayal so deep it might have come from someone in Melly's own circle. And yeah, that's where the drama really kicks off, because right before the judge spoke, Melly's legal team had just dropped what they thought was the final nail in the coffin for the prosecution, a motion for immediate release based on unlawful detainment. They were grinning, confident. They really thought they had it in the bag. But what nobody knew was that the prosecution had a last-minute bombshell, something that flipped the whole trial on its head. A new witness, someone close to close. Someone who knew things only Melly would have told them. And that's when it hit: the betrayal had a name. And it wasn't just another street rumor, yo. Let's rewind this real quick. Back in July, the retrial for Melly's double homicide case kicked off after the first one ended in a mistrial. Remember, he's accused of killing two of his best friends, Nene Juvie and Anu Sakasar. At first, fans were divided. Some swore he was innocent. Others said the evidence was too loud to ignore. But once that retrial started, Melly's energy changed. Folks in the courtroom said he wasn't the same. He stopped smiling. He avoided eye contact. Even his own mama, Jamie King, looked uneasy sitting behind him. Now, here's the twist: midway through that retrial, word started spreading that Melly had been talking to someone he shouldn't have. Not a journalist, not his mom, but someone from inside. A jailhouse call. It got leaked. And once it hit the prosecutor's hands, it was a wrap. Turns out, Melly may have said too much. And what's worse, the person he was talking to was wearing a wire. Sources close to the situation claim it was someone from his own camp. Someone who used to ride with him post his music, tag him on IG. But apparently, when the heat got real and the feds came knocking, they flipped. And the worst part? That convo allegedly included a cryptic reference to the night Juvie and Sakasar were killed. Not a confession, but enough to make the prosecution start licking their chops. This ain't just drama, it's betrayal of the deepest kind. Imagine thinking you're venting to a homie, only to find out they're working for the other side. Fans went crazy once the rumor hit Twitter. Hashtags like #Melly setup and #FreeTwin started trending instantly. The comment sections were at war. Some fans were blaming the label. Others said this was all orchestrated to keep Melly from dropping music and reclaiming his spot in the game. One user posted, "They scared of his comeback. They know if Melly walk free, it's over for half these rappers." Another said, his own PPL folded on him. Can't trust nobody when money involved. But that's not all. Right after the judge dropped the bomb about delaying the release and reconsidering the motion, Melly's mom stormed out the courtroom. Witnesses say she was yelling into her phone, pacing back and forth, crying. She didn't say who she was talking to, but fans suspect it might have been with a major label executive, possibly one who promised support but started pulling away once the case got messy again. Later that evening, Jamie posted a cryptic IG story. They want to break him, but they forgot who he is. God, don't play bout, my baby. That post alone racked up over 300K views in an hour and sent the blogs into a frenzy. Meanwhile, on Melly's side, tension was boiling. Rumors say he's been isolating himself inside, cutting off communication with everyone but his lawyer and his mom. Even his brother, YNW Melly, who had been his biggest supporter, went quiet online. Fans noticed he deleted several posts of him and Melly from his IG feed. Some even started speculating that Beaslime knew about the snitch and didn't say anything. And here's where things really start spiraling. 2 days after the courtroom bombshell, an unreleased Melly track leaked online, audio quality rough, but the lyrics emotional, raw, and possibly incriminating. He raps, "Used to break bread with my brothers, now they pointing undercovers. Mama said don't trust no other. Now I'm locked, it's like I'm smothered." People started dissecting every bar. Genius annotations were popping up left and right. Some say he was talking about YNW Melly. Others think it's aimed at industry folks who promised to ride but ghosted once the feds came in. One lyric had fans especially shook. "Called my slime, told him hold it down. Guess that wire couldn't drown the sound." Now the question on everyone's mind is who wore the wire. Names are being thrown left and right. Bortland's been brought up multiple times, especially after fans noticed he's been keeping quiet and posting cryptic Bible quotes on his story. Some even claim Bortland's lawyers are working a separate deal. Others say it's cap. But one thing's clear, the YNW camp ain't as solid as they used to be. The trust is shattered, and what's wild? Sources from inside the jail say Melly hasn't slept properly in days. He's paranoid. Thinks his food getting tampered with. Staff overheard him arguing with someone on the phone, saying, "They setting me up, bro. They want me to crash out. But I ain't folding." You can feel the paranoia, the pressure, the betrayal, the pressure, the betrayal. And while all this is going down, fans are still outside that courtroom every day, holding signs, playing his music, blasting "Murder on My Mind" like it's the national anthem. But inside those court walls, things are crumbling. And the judge's next move could decide everything. So when court reconvened the next day, everyone expected an answer. Release or no release. But instead, the judge asked for a recess. He wanted more time to review the wiretap, to re-interview the new witness. And just like that, Melody's fate was delayed again. Outside, fans were fuming. They playing with this man's life. One girl screamed into her live stream, "We out here every day for what? Just to hear more time. Man, this some BS." Others echoed her anger, saying the system was dragging it out on purpose. Some even claimed the delays were strategic to break Melly mentally, to make him take a plea. And while the streets were screaming "Free Melly," a different wave was rising. Skeptics, doubters, people saying The Wire was the final straw. That maybe, just maybe, he wasn't innocent after all. One post from a known rap blog said, "If The Wire is real and the lyrics match what he said, it's a wrap. He not coming home no time soon." And just like that, the whole situation flipped again. From rumors of a release to whispers of a life sentence, from celebration to silence. But what happened next? No one was ready for right as the courtroom went on recess. The streets outside were buzzing like a live wire ready to snap. Word got out that the new witness, the one allegedly wearing the wire, wasn't just some random snitch. They say it was someone who grew up right alongside Melly. Someone who knew every corner of the NIE camp and every secret they kept behind closed doors. This wasn't your average informant. This was a person who shared dreams with Melly, rode with him through thick and thin, and then just like that switched sides. Fans couldn't believe it. The betrayal was brutal, like a knife twisting deeper than anyone imagined. And as if that wasn't enough to shake the foundation, rumors started swirling that this so-called witness had been quietly cutting deals with the prosecution for months. Allegedly, they handed over dozens of recorded calls, conversations, and messages that painted a picture far darker than anyone expected. We're talking names, locations, even plans that went beyond what was already public. This wasn't just about the murders anymore. This was about a whole web of lies, manipulations, and hidden agendas inside the NYE family. Suddenly, what seemed like a clear-cut case exploded into a tangled mess of secrets and suspicion. Meanwhile, Melly's camp was scrambling. Sources close to his legal team say the mood was tense, the kind of tension you feel before a storm. His lawyers were desperate, trying to discredit the new evidence, claiming it was planted, doctored, and part of a vendetta to keep Melly behind bars. "They're twisting the truth," one insider said. "This is a setup, a trap to silence him forever." But the judge wasn't buying the drama so easily. He ordered a full forensic analysis of the recordings, promising the court would get to the bottom of it. And you better believe, social media exploded. The hashtag Who is the Wire went viral, with fans trying to guess the identity of the snitch. Some pointed fingers at Inwa Bortland, others at lesser-known crew members who suddenly disappeared from the spotlight. Conspiracy theories ran wild. Some fans thought the wire was planted by the feds to force a plea deal. Others believed this was an internal war, a money dispute blown out of proportion. The comment sections became battlegrounds where supporters and skeptics clashed relentlessly, throwing everything from Free Melly to he got caught in the mix. But beyond the courtroom drama, there was real heartbreak happening behind the scenes. Melly's family was fracturing. His mother, Jamie, once a pillar of strength, was reportedly worn down by the endless legal battles and betrayal. She started distancing herself from some longtime friends, accusing people close to Melly of leaking information and selling secrets. A close family friend leaked to us that the home was filled with tension, with heated arguments breaking out over trust issues. The family was left divided, the source said. Some want to believe Melly is innocent. Others are afraid the truth is darker than they can handle. And then came the unexpected twist that nobody saw coming in BS Lime. Melly's younger brother and biggest supporter suddenly broke his silence with a series of cryptic Instagram posts that had fans shook. One post read, "Sometimes the hardest truth is the one you never want to face," followed by a video of a stormy ocean. Fans immediately speculated he was hinting at the betrayal and the wiretap scandal. In a separate post, he tagged Melly but added the words, "Keep your head up, but watch your back." The internet went wild, trying to decode if BS Lime was calling out the snitch or sending a message to Melly himself. This public display only added fuel to the fire, sparking rumors of a family feud that could break them apart forever. Insiders claim Lime and Melly haven't spoken in days, and their relationship is on the rocks. Some even say BS Lime is reconsidering his loyalty after learning about who flipped. The drama inside the YNW camp was becoming as intense as the trial itself. On the music front, Melly's label reportedly started cooling off on promoting his unreleased projects. A source close to the label said executives were nervous about the ongoing trial and the negative press. They feared associating with Melly too aggressively could damage their brand. This sent waves through the fanbase, who believed the label was throwing Melly under the bus to save face. "They love the money, but not the problems," one fan tweeted. Meanwhile, competitors in the rap game were quietly celebrating, sensing the once bright star of YNW was fading fast. Yet Melly himself wasn't silent. Despite the pressure, he dropped another leaked snippet, this one even darker than before. The lyrics talked about betrayal, isolation, and the struggle to trust anyone. Fans could hear the pain in his voice, the desperation and heartbreak. The track was called "Trust No One," and it hit streaming platforms unofficially, quickly climbing underground charts. Some called it his most vulnerable work, while others saw it as a final cry before the fall. As the days dragged on, the media frenzy intensified. YouTube rap news channels were dissecting every move, spinning theories and stirring up controversy. Clips from Melly's past resurfaced, interviews where he talked about loyalty, about real ones, and snakes in the grass. Commentators speculated if Melly had any idea who betrayed him all along, or if he was blindsided like the rest of us. Every live stream became a debate arena, with fans taking sides fiercely, arguing over facts, hearsay, and emotions. Amid all the chaos, a surprising development emerged. Reports surfaced that Melly was planning to testify personally once the court reopened. This shocked everyone. After months of staying quiet, a court insider said Melly wanted to confront the new witness face to face, to clear his name or expose the truth. But some legal experts warned that could be a double-edged sword. If Melly takes the stand, he risks opening the door to more damaging revelations, one lawyer said. It's a gamble that could either save him or finish him. Add to that the fact that the prosecution was pushing for a longer delay, citing the complexity of the case and the new evidence. The judge was under pressure from both sides, trying to balance justice with fairness. The trial's next phase was shaping up to be a showdown nobody wanted to miss. Fans waited breathlessly as days turned into weeks. The courtroom drama became the top story on rap news platforms, with daily updates, hot takes, and exclusive leaks. Street corners buzzed with debate. Even underground rappers dropped verses referencing the saga, showing how deep the drama had penetrated hip-hop culture. It wasn't just a trial anymore. It was a saga about trust, loyalty, and survival in the harshest spotlight. And just when it seemed like the chaos couldn't get any worse, a fresh rumor hit. The judge might have a personal connection to one of the witnesses. Some whispered it was a family friend or an old associate, sparking questions about impartiality and fairness. Conspiracy theories exploded, calling into question the integrity of the entire trial. Fans were divided. Some believed the judge was holding back Melly's release on purpose. Others thought he was genuinely committed to uncovering the truth, no matter the cost. With every twist, the pressure mounted. Melly's once loyal fanbase began to fracture. Some stuck by him no matter what, posting #FreeTheMelly every day. Others jumped ship, disillusioned by the mounting evidence. Rap news commentators speculated whether this public unraveling could end Melly's career before it even restarted. Will the streets forgive him if the truth comes out? One popular channel asked. Or is this the beginning of the end? All this while Melly remained locked up, a figure trapped in a whirlwind of betrayal and broken trust, waiting for the next bombshell to drop. The tension in the courtroom was thicker than ever. Melly's fate was hanging by a thread, and every eye was glued to the judge's next move. But behind the scenes, the real storm was brewing deeper than the legal battles. The betrayal was no longer just whispers and rumors, it was turning into a full-blown war that threatened to tear the YNW family apart for good. First off, that mysterious witness. Turns out, they weren't acting alone. Sources say this person had been feeding the feds info for months. But what no one expected was the network behind them, a coalition of former YNW affiliates. Some even from outside the camp, who felt sidelined or betrayed by Melly's rise. It was like a slow-burning mutiny that suddenly exploded, with people trading secrets like weapons, hoping to come out on top when the dust settled. Fans caught wind of this and started calling it the YNW Civil War. Streets were buzzing, with people debating who was real and who was fake in the camp. At the heart of the drama was Melly himself. Locked up and isolated, the pressure was crushing. He was no longer just fighting a murder trial, he was fighting for his legacy, for his relationships, and for his own peace of mind. Friends say he was breaking down during phone calls, questioning who he could trust. "How could you do this to me?" He reportedly shouted at a close friend during a rare phone conversation that was leaked online. Fans heard the pain, the anger, and the sense of betrayal loud and clear. This outburst sparked a media firestorm. Commentators on rap news channels dissected every word, painting Melly as both a victim and a tragic figure caught in a game bigger than himself. Some called it a cry for help. Others said it was a sign Melly might be cracking under the pressure. The emotional toll was visible, with Melly's social media accounts going silent for days, fueling speculation that he was pulling back to regroup or maybe, just maybe, losing hope. While Melly was spiraling, the family drama hit new heights. Jamie King, Melly's mom, was caught in the middle of a brutal tug-of-war. Insiders revealed she was battling not just the legal nightmare, but also fractured family ties. Some relatives were siding with the snitch, others with Melly, and some just trying to stay neutral but drowning in the chaos. Late one night, Jamie was seen leaving a heated meeting with close family members, visibly shaken and tearful. Sources say she begged them to stop the infighting, warning, "This ain't just about court, it's about us breaking apart." But emotions ran high, and the family was left divided, unsure if they could ever come back together. The public wasn't the only audience to this unfolding saga. Other rap artists, some longtime friends and some competitors, weighed in, turning the drama into a wider industry feud. A few dropped subtle disses on tracks and social media posts that fans interpreted as taking sides. One high-profile rapper tweeted, "Loyalty is everything, but sometimes loyalty ain't enough." That line set off a frenzy, with fans debating if it was about Melly or the snitch. Underground rappers jumped in too, releasing diss tracks that referenced betrayal and fake friends, making the situation feel like a soap opera unfolding on every platform. Meanwhile, the trial took another shocking turn when the prosecution introduced new evidence, a series of text messages between Melly and the supposed snitch, suggesting that Melly might have been aware of a plot to interfere with witnesses. This revelation made headlines overnight, with fans and media questioning whether Melly was manipulating the narrative or just caught in a trap himself. "It's a mess," one legal analyst said on a popular rap podcast. "If these texts are legit, it complicates everything. Melly's image is on the line, and so is his freedom." Amidst this chaos, Melly's music became the emotional soundtrack of the whole saga. Leaked tracks continued to drop, with bars dripping in pain, anger, and paranoia. One unreleased song, No Trust, was dissected like scripture. In it, Melly rapped about snakes in the grass and feeling abandoned. Fans clung to every lyric, trying to piece together what really happened behind the scenes. The song struck a nerve, making listeners feel the rawness of his struggle, whether innocent or guilty. Add to that the social media explosion. Fans flooded Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok with theories, memes, and heated debates. Live streams hosted by top rap gossip channels saw record views, with viewers demanding updates and throwing shade in real time. The comment sections were a battleground, full of conspiracy theories and heated arguments. Hashtag #FreeNWelly, hashtag YNW Truth, and hashtag Betrayal in the camp were trending nonstop. Some fans created fan pages dedicated to digging up dirt, while others organized online rallies to show support. It was clear the internet was hooked. Just when it seemed the chaos couldn't deepen, an unexpected ally for Melly emerged. A high-profile rapper known for speaking his mind publicly announced on IG Live that he believed Melly was being railroaded. "I know what loyalty looks like," he said. "This ain't it. Whatever they're trying to do, it ain't justice." His words gave Melly supporters fresh hope, and his clout sent shockwaves through the industry. The snitches camp quickly responded with a statement calling those claims baseless and accusing the rapper of spreading misinformation back in court. The judge finally lifted the recess, but added an unusual twist. He invited both Melly and the witness to appear in a private hearing. Sources say this was a move to face the tangled web head-on, to see if any cracks would appear in the testimony. Fans were on edge, speculating that this showdown could make or break Melly's case. The anticipation was insane, with some hoping for a miracle. Others bracing for the worst, but not everything was courtroom drama. On the streets, Melly supporters started organizing, turning their grief and frustration into activism. From peaceful protests to fundraising events to push for his release, the community rallied behind their fallen star. One organizer said, "We gotta fight for him, not just for the music, but for justice." These movements attracted attention beyond the hip-hop world, with mainstream media covering the growing groundswell of support. Yet, despite the public show of unity, cracks remained. Insiders revealed that some in the camp wanted to negotiate a plea deal quietly, hoping to avoid a life sentence. Others were dead set on fighting until the end. The divide caused tension in meetings, with heated arguments over the best strategy. Some even whispered about potential new deals that could involve testimony against other high-profile names, raising the stakes far beyond Melly himself. The weeks that followed saw Melly's health reportedly decline. Jailhouse whispers told of sleepless nights, panic attacks, and bouts of depression. Friends and family feared for his mental state, worried the pressure was becoming too much. Despite this, Melly kept pushing for a chance to tell his story, clinging to hope that the truth would set him free. And just when it looked like the saga couldn't get any more intense, another shock hit. Leaked audio surfaced of a private conversation between Melly and a close confidant, where Melly seemed resigned but determined, saying, "If they want me to fall, I ain't going down alone." Fans analyzed those words, wondering if Melly was planning something bigger, maybe a final revelation that would shake the game. The trial, the music, the betrayal, and the family drama roll were coming to a boiling point. With every day, the story grew darker, more tangled, and impossible to turn away from. The pressure was at an all-time high, and everybody was waiting for the final act in this chaotic drama to unfold. Melly's trial wasn't just a court case anymore, it had become a full-blown cultural moment, with the lines between truth, loyalty, and survival blurring more each day. But as the courtroom doors swung open for the next session, things took an unexpected turn that nobody saw coming. First, The judge dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the entire room. The release date for YNW Melly was officially delayed indefinitely. The reason? New evidence had emerged that required deeper investigation evidence that could either exonerate or implicate Melly even further. Fans in the courtroom gasped, and the buzz on social media exploded instantly. "The internet is on fire." One fan tweeted, "Did the judge just kill any hope of Melly getting out soon?" Another wrote, "This ain't just a delay, it's a full shutdown." But what really shook things up was what the judge said next. In a rare moment of candor, he hinted that the case was bigger than just Melly and the murders he was accused of. "This courtroom is just the tip of the iceberg," the judge said. "There are layers of deception and manipulation that go far beyond the defendant. This investigation will expose truths that some want buried." The courtroom fell silent, the weight of those words sinking in. It was clear this was no ordinary trial, it was a saga of power, betrayal, and secrets running deep in the rap world. Meanwhile, back on the streets and online, fans and critics alike were losing their minds. The hashtag delay denied started trending as people debated the judge's decision. Some expressed frustration, claiming Melly was being held hostage by a corrupt system. Others speculated this delay meant the prosecution had a slam dunk and was playing for maximum damage. The comment sections of rap news channels turned into war zones, with supporters and haters exchanging barbs and conspiracy theories at lightning speed. The family drama, which had been simmering beneath the surface, reignited with a vengeance. Jamie King was reportedly devastated by the judge's announcement, breaking down in private conversations and questioning how much more her family could take. Melly's siblings were said to be at odds again, with YNW Melly allegedly blaming the legal team for not doing enough to speed up the process. The once tight-knit family was fraying, caught in a storm of grief and mistrust. To make matters worse, Melly's legal team faced criticism for their handling of the case. Some insiders claimed they had missed crucial opportunities to push back against the new evidence sooner. Rumors surfaced that behind closed doors, the lawyers were negotiating with prosecutors for a possible plea deal to avoid a harsher sentence, stirring up accusations of betrayal among die-hard fans. The court of public opinion was unforgiving, with many feeling that Melly's team had let him down when it mattered most. On the music front, Melly's unreleased tracks became even more symbolic. Fans streamed songs like "Trust No One" and "No Trust" repeatedly, finding solace and pain in the lyrics. One viral TikTok showed a montage of Melly's most emotional verses paired with courtroom footage, capturing the heartbreak and betrayal that defined his current reality. The artist's music had transformed into a living document of his battle, resonating deeply with listeners worldwide. As the trial dragged on, whispers started circulating about a potential new witness stepping forward. Someone with even more explosive information than the original snitch. This sent the whole community into a frenzy. Speculation ran wild over who it could be: a former associate, a rival rapper, or even an insider from the prosecution's team. Rap news outlets scrambled to uncover any hint, fueling the suspense and keeping viewers hooked. Social media influencers and gossip channels capitalized on the drama, creating endless content dissecting every court move, leaked conversation, and family feud. Live debates featured heated arguments about Melly's innocence, the justice system's fairness, and the larger implications for hip-hop culture. Every new piece of information sparked viral discussions, memes, and deep dives into Melly's past, making sure no one could look away. Amidst all this, Melly's mental and emotional state remained a major concern. Sources close to him revealed that the indefinite delay crushed his hope, causing periods of deep depression and anxiety. Friends described how he was fighting to stay strong, but the weight of the betrayal and isolation was almost unbearable. "He's holding on by a thread," one insider shared. "But the fight isn't over yet." and then came a shocking twist that flipped the whole narrative on its head. Leaked court transcripts revealed that the original witness might have been coerced or threatened into testifying. According to these transcripts, there were allegations that law enforcement applied heavy pressure, raising serious questions about the integrity of the evidence. This revelation threw the prosecution's case into turmoil, igniting a fresh wave of hope among Melly's supporters and new skepticism from the public. The judge responded to this bombshell with a rare show of impatience, warning both sides that any foul play would not be tolerated. He ordered an immediate internal investigation to verify these claims, signaling that the court was ready to dig even deeper. The trial had officially morphed into a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. With every move under scrutiny, fans on social media erupted. Some declared justice might finally catch a break, while others warned not to celebrate too soon, fearing the system was still stacked against Melly. The drama wasn't just about one man anymore. It was about exposing a system that many felt was broken and biased. Rap news channels seized on this narrative, framing the trial as a battle between truth and power, loyalty and betrayal, as the courtroom saga neared what seemed like a climactic finish. Whispers of an upcoming surprise hearing spread like wildfire. Insiders hinted that Melly might finally take the stand himself, breaking his silence and addressing the allegations head-on. The prospect sent shockwaves through the rap community and beyond, with fans debating what his testimony could mean for the outcome. And here's the kicker the whole world was watching, waiting for Melly's next move. Would he reveal hidden truths that could change everything? Or would he dig himself deeper into this tangled web? The suspense was unbearable, and one thing was clear: this drama was far from over. So, what do you think really happened behind those courtroom doors? Is YNW Melly a victim of a twisted setup? Or is the truth darker than we ever imagined? Drop your thoughts below. Smash that like button if you're hooked on this saga. And don't forget to subscribe for more insane rap drama coming your way. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's next. Alright fam. After all that wild courtroom drama, family betrayals, and shocking twists, one thing's for sure, this YNW Melly saga is far from over. From that bombshell judge delaying his release indefinitely, to the secret snitches and potential coerced testimonies, the layers keep peeling back, revealing a story that's darker and more complicated than anyone expected. Will Melly rise from this chaos? Or will these secrets destroy everything he's worked for? Only time will tell. Now it's your turn. What do you really think went down? Was this all a setup, or is there more to the story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you're riding with us through this drama. And smash subscribe so you never miss the next insane update. Trust me, the next chapter is going to blow your mind. Stay tuned, stay woke, and keep it locked right here. Keep it locked right here.